Ah, I have some things to talk about. Shit, what was the first one? Oh, how you can do laser surgery with your mind on your body. You can remove implants through intense heat laser surgery that some of the elites have and they're not sharing with us. Try it. And you can even imagine turning it up. They have wands. They have these wands that can remove implants because I think that some of the subliminals that worked for us didn't work for them. So we'll take their technology. There are some surgeons who are doing this. Hello, beautiful man. Uh, and to the women who work with this man, but goddamn, to the people who want to do this the right way, you want to use this technology for good, everything will go in your favor. This is just something people need. I don't know what the extent of these wands, what the capabilities are, but I feel a lot better feeling. See, with me, it's different. I'm just going to tell them what it is. There's something hooked up to me somewhere where it was for an experiment. Some people found out I never okayed this experiment. I never signed anything or never had cameras in my own environment. Everything was done against my will, without my knowledge. At first, it was without my knowledge, always against my will, until I feel that they have your some people's consciousness hooked up to some things where you focus on it and this could have been to hurt you in some way where let's get them to focus on it, we'll offset karma. We'll somehow get them to focus on hurting their own selves, or you say where your energy flows, right? Whatever your focus goes, energy flows. So that's what some of them tried to prove and prove wrong too. But there are things where you 12, I don't know if that has something to do with numbers. There could be about 12 people hooked up. You feel that kind of throbbing in your upper right back. Can you feel that? I don't know if everybody can do this. That's the thing. I don't know if everybody's imaginations are the same. I don't know if everybody's systems inside are the same. But I know that there are things inside of some of us that have been around a long time that have we have acquired over time. It's not just all in this lifetime. It's not just all what they were doing. It could even be from flying through the universe, our consciousness flying through the universe. It could be that technical where when we go off into other dimensions, and for those of you who closed your eyes and you saw yourself actually going at the speed of light, is what it felt like through the universe. It's possible that as above, so below, even what you take in there will affect you physically here. Certain things being put in the smart dust, shit like that, and how it constricts organs, digestive systems, meridians, and all the kind of chakras and stuff like that, which keep you bound. Whether that wasn't the intent or this is a binding over time with certain things, and then it's intentional binding with others. But to feel that you'll never be able to have access to this type of surgery would be wrong. I mean, I'm wondering how deep does this go? Can we give ourselves even eye surgery with our imagination? Can you perform heart surgery with just a knowing that that's your intent? If you assume that your heart is being scanned by something, can we bring the med beds to us? Is my point, I guess. Because there are greedy people who feel like they're just for them, and maybe we'll change that. Another thing is for you men that are spending a lot of time by yourselves, you should your hand. Can't you just put your hand somewhere and this I'm trying to help you guys out because I can tell that many of you aren't interested in the same sexual encounters that you had before. But I need to bring something in through that, right? I need to see if I can change my life through that. Beautiful. Well, you're going to have to keep leveling up with this. Yeah. Both hands. Use both hands if you have to. Put on your headphones. You put on somewhat Enigma. You put on some whatever this is. You some people it's guar. Take a pill. something, put on good lighting. I think you're going to want to look in the mirror. You're going to want to be like, get candles, look at yourself in the mirror. It's just what you have to do for yourselves. I highly suggest this, athletes. Let's just see what else. Hired a personal trainer because they were hot. Okay. Personal trainer in life. All right. Yep. Judgment. Hmm. I need someone. I'm going to hire someone. This is a spiritual hire, is what this is. This is, hmm. Oh, I see the stage. Right. Look, this eye sees the stage. Okay, good. And now what? Hired a personal trainer because they were hot. I don't know what stage this is. This could actually be a personal trainer. What happened here? What happened? Oh, this looks like transsexual with the devil. I'm sorry, it just really does. I had a personal trainer before, and I'm not sure if they were taken and replaced or something's reversing, but I'm pretty sure that they were a woman before. This was a woman personal trainer. And now I'm not sure, but they could. Is there a bulge? Somebody's like, I can't tell if that's a bulge or if they had one. Do they have a child? I'm trying to think of, do they have a child? I never asked them. Yeah, or they said that they did. It's impossible. Somebody saw the personal trainer in the locker room or the bathroom and seen that they have a cook. Huh? Huh? How did you give birth? I mean, this magician, this is oh, it's a wonder I didn't die on the table. Really? How long were you in labor for? 72 hours. Oh, okay. Hmm. You know, they say that, and then there was a C-section, right? Then they had to do an emergency C-section. That seems to be trending, the emergency. Well, you know, they say that every time you get cut open, it takes 10 years off your life. Somebody, they had scars from other things, and they said that these were surgeries. And I think it's an excuse for how old they look at such a young age. Yep, this is, you're beautiful, it's true, but moved away. Your looks have ran away from you. That's what it is. I don't know what happened with their looks, but something's catching up. Something's coming back around. I'm not sure I want to be here to see the final result. What is the final result? I mean, you know how I am. This is a very vain male or, yep. Um, a Bell? Someone's named Bell? Bell and Maury. All right, this could be a Jewish couple. Somebody could have a hairpiece or just they need something. Sure. And it could be Bell. What is this? Oh, somebody has, and now they're obsessed on social media trying to figure out get young quick schemes. What do I do? Do I get a ritual done? Do I save? How do I pay for laser surgery? Or how do I get injections? Hmm. Oh, they had an addiction possibly. This is an addiction to also injections. Pro, it's just one of those things that takes cellulite off. It feels like any kind of probing and enhancing. I want to be as youthful as possible and I want it to be as natural as possible with the Page of Cups and the Magician. That's what I got. But what happened was, and that may have worked in the beginning, this is quick results, right? This is infinity is it happened real quick. I see instant results. I love it. Long lasting? No, because here's the beauty with the Chariot. This would be lasting, and then there's the fucking Hangman, which is stuck. No. Now somebody, I mean, I need some type of something that comes up for me so that I can fix all this. You're going to want to fix everything at one time. Now they need a facelift. This is stretching, right? They're stretching, but now other things are sagging, kneecaps and stuff like that. And symmetrical. You see how these wings are symmetrical here? So I need it tightened, I need it lift, and I need it even. What do? So it's a facelift. Why didn't you just say you wanted a facelift? That's what that is, isn't it? Don't they tighten it? I mean, I hope it's even. I hope I don't have to say I want it symmetrical. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You didn't say that. You have to be specific. Right. A-N. Nah. Do you think it's possible with this to look like this? Or do you think it's a problem? Oh, it depends on who you go to. You get that person where it's like, there's nothing I can do. All right, mate? You get that surgeon. It's like, hello, how you doing? The motherfucker got tats on his face and shit. What are we doing here today, huh? So you want a lift? Yeah? No problem. Hop on. Yeah, hop on. What else? So this isn't impossible. Nah. And then somebody, well, this is what they did. When you are addicted to having some type of filter or light in the background, a filter light when you FaceTime, the doctor, even this guy was like, okay, this may be possible. And then you forgot when you showed up for the appointment that you have an overlay or some type of lighting for some type of social media. And then when he got there, he was like, she asked the same question. So, hey, I'm so and so. I called you. He's like, hi, you're the one on the phone, huh? You think we can still do this, right? We can do nah, and then this is NH not happening. That's not happening. That's not happening for real. I would be concerned about this doctor as well. This could be happening for you. Arf. I love my ass. Yep. What do you mean we can't do it? Now he's being called a liar, but you're the liar. Look at you. This isn't who I spoke to on the phone. Does somebody have is there a way to record your recorded phone calls? Like, is there, you know how they have an app where you can record your audio calls while you have them? Is there one for FaceTime calls where you can record the FaceTime call, whether even for legal shit? It's like, look, I just want to tell you, I don't know what happened, but I would have never said okay to this. I mean, you show up here. What am I supposed to do with this? Somebody looks like one of those dogs. What are they called? They were a pouch pooch. I want a full body lift. You just pull it up and pull it over my head and and tie it and just let it fall into place. This just sounds like real desperation for some people. Why? Let's find out why. What did I just flip out? Oh, the King of Swords. This guy is, I'm firm. That's it. Even though I may be a little bit of a fraud, this is where I draw the line. I'm glad to see that you actually have boundaries, sir. Yeah, because I do feel like this started as a chop shop, and then he learned as he went, and he started making good money, and he started meeting some interesting people. We'll say I would keep the people that you're meeting to a minimum now through something like this. Let's find out why the sudden urge to pull and lift. Well, for the men, it's different. They're pulling and lifting something else, and it feels like this could be for the significant others in their life. I mean, the male. If there's this a gay thing, it's whoever was the husband. What's going on here? Why? Change, right? Overnight change, Eve, and change. Overnight change. I love this. And this is, oh God, I gotta put glasses on. I don't know what I did with them. Do I need glasses? How do you just lose? Oh, here they are. Why did you have to change on me? Your love. was so easy to see. I can say the same thing about you. Oh, wow, you're changing now. I could say the same thing about you, but 4 years ago I should have mentioned it. Well, I'm the only one that changed? Huh. With the Cliff. Yeah, your name could be Cliff or something changed. I wanted to jump off one the other day and the double tap heart pink. Somebody's ready to jump off a cliff and swim across the English Channel for somebody's whoo, hoo, 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 hoo. That's why. And they said this, I'm ready to run and swim to get there. I'm ready to just be one of those people where I believe that's where I belong and I believe that something will take me there. Excuse me. I get these nicotine. I don't know what it is with the vapes. It could just be something within the device itself that heats up that I feel like it tears my throat up worse than cigarettes does. Ah, all right. I like this. Of course, I like this. I'm pro man and I'm pro great man being with great women, and that's what this is. That's what the outcome is going to be. I'm going to double tap it. Is that what someone said? This is this looks like a constant beating. Look at this ripple of and then there's the tower. I'm gonna destroy them. That's what I'm gonna do. And I think somebody could have even said this. There was an argument. So what are you gonna do? I'm gonna fucking destroy her. And I know that she's waiting on me too. You're angry because you know this is also waiting that, oh my God. In the wife's defense, I don't know how I take this, but something led up to this moment that he feels that he has the right to be so cold in the situation. You did something. Either you insulted him consistently or you said things that now you put your foot in your mouth and your ass. Yep. And he's giving you a taste of your own medicine. This could be a woman who is saving herself or just kind of holding out. That's what this feels like, holding out. And he could be doing the same thing. This guy who told his wife or his one he's divorcing that the reason he hasn't had sex with her is because he's saving himself for someone in particular. And this could be an ex or someone that he met on a business trip. I have no loyalty to coddle their feelings anymore. This is a guy also, what I'm getting is there's a guy who's been gay for a little while now, and he told, I can't do this anymore. This has a lot to do with men doing this for themselves, to themselves, and using their imagination for who they want to bring in, what kind of person they want to bring in their head, knowing that magic is real and that something will bring it, that if they're imagining it or wanting somebody back, this could be, let me get this person back the right way. Let me try summoning this way. And then if I deserve them, it should be easy. You're correct. If you're both on a similar enough page where that chord connects in the center, then it's inevitable that it'll happen. Even if you're 5,000 miles away from each other, it will happen somehow. It could be you wind up being invited on some trip to China and they're there, or you get kidnapped and brought to Cuba. Stuff like that. Yep. I assume that there are going to be people who are going to want to bring some information to me to confirm what I've been talking about. And there are many men who are going to find out, but some of them already know that there were multiple marriages and it wasn't so much for citizenship, but just to keep, yeah, the pigs at bay. This is why so many men feel that, for me personally, that there is a vow exchange. There was. Over time, there was. But I'm available until I decide that I'm not available anymore. And there are a lot of really valuable women who are doing the same, where men can just feel that they know their worth more than other women, and this is the turn on. This is how it used to be a long, long time ago. This is the natural order when it comes to attraction, male and female. That's what this is. It has to go back to something like this. Okay, it doesn't have to dominate, but we can't have one side dominating like this. It can't happen. I won't allow this to happen. And whatever has to be done on my end and whatever I have to receive in order to make this clear that this is something I will not back down from. We can't. Us women, we just refuse to have these good men taken and just thrown into gay cults. No. I cried on a reading when I was at the extended stay in Bensalem. I cried during a reading because I could feel how many men were gay and how many men, well, were gay by choice because of what women did to them, that they were gay by choice because of what men did to them. But I'm just one of those women where I speak about how it was one thing for me. Men turned into misogynists, some of them, a lot of them rightfully so. And it's because of the fucking women that they grew up with. And I stand by this, that men don't get up and look to nitpick. The women nitpick the men, and then the men either just become miserable or they become nitpickers themselves. But this isn't what men were created to be like, and it will go back. They will go back to being the protectors, the providers, the defenders, whatever this is that they were created to be. This situation here is okay. With the cliff and that, it could be that there is a lot of space in between these people, and somebody's whoever this woman is, or somebody's a mom and she's coming in and she feels to me like a wife, that a mom that would rather see her son in a Bolivian prison in the Hista than to have her son be with who he wants to be. It doesn't matter anymore though, because they're walking away from moms too. And this isn't goodbye for good. Why do I feel like I have to take you out to dinner and leave something on a post-it like we're breaking up? Why is my mom making me feel like we're breaking up? Are you breaking up with me? Don't ever say that to your son. Don't. We don't accept that program, ma'am. The women don't accept it, and your sons don't accept it. This is getting a little out of control with some of you motherfuckers. This man here, I would walk 500. That's it. I mean, I guess we'll take it, right? We'll take it. But Jesus Christ, we were hoping that maybe it was a few thousand miles that you had to come, but it could be 500 miles for someone, or this is another person. Oh, there are going to be guys jumping off the cliff for some of you ladies. Ladies, women. I mean, women. It's a pheromone thing. It's oh my God, it's a signal, right? Hi, Nini. It's a pheromone signal. And this is how it used to be. You talk about kings and queens, you used to be walking by, and they would kill to get to you. They could smell you. They wanted you sweaty and dirty. It was more primal then and tribal, and we will go back. It was more animal. That has to go that way. Now it's too corporate. It's too perfect. It's too scheduled. There's no passion. There's no passion in this anymore. Can you? There's no passion. Was that someone named Raji or something like that? Yeah. Passion. Nope. Somebody is thinking, somebody knows that this is happening and they're just working. I can't work. I can't work. Why? Why is somebody overthinking at their job? Why did I pick this card? I didn't mean to pick that card. Oh, because they're trying. Okay, you're not at work. Oh, this is when things may be a little mundane. Your wife or your husband remind you that it's your anniversary. So then you go get a card. This is how I deal with it. If you don't remember, I'll remind you when you get home. You know, we have things in life that distract us. It doesn't mean they don't love you. I mean, if you know that for a fact, but if there was already problems and this happens, then of course something needs to be addressed the right way. But let's say you have a husband who he works a lot, or a wife. Let's say the wife works and the husband's at home. So that's all he does is think about it. That's all he can do or they can do is think about the anniversary, the birthday, the day of endearment. I guess this is another thing that separates certain women from others. This is just a woman thing. It's more of a woman thing to say it's our anniversary or it's my birthday. I don't want to get into what the gay community deals with, but it's the same thing as woman like, right? If I forget, shit, I forgot. So what? The birthday shouldn't be about gifts and the anniversary shouldn't be about gifts. It's like Thanksgiving. What the fuck is this about? Is anybody really thankful? Mm, it's my birthday and I'm me. We all know how much I love me. I don't need a gift. I am my own gift. And to me, so is my husband. He's my gift. He comes back and there's no the gift just walked in the door. This is how this should be. And if it's not like this, it should be like this most of the time. Otherwise, what are you doing? You wouldn't stay with friends if it wasn't what you expected out of it. You wouldn't stay in a living situation and be roommates with somebody if you constantly fought and butt heads. You don't get along. It's a toxic environment. It's the same thing. So somebody else knows about this and they are still they okay. This is a prototype of a male who's finally they're doing it. They're divorcing. Isn't it usually the women who wind up doing this? Do the women usually wind up filing for divorce or threatening first? This guy did it without saying a word. I feel like he did it very silently. And somebody else heard about it. And now they're picking out some kind of card for a holiday that they don't really feel like they want to invest in. And it could be the anniversary. Oh God, this could even be a mate. All right, somebody else was going to do this and they didn't. They caved, and now they're trying to make it work. That's another thing where they try to make it work, and it just happens to be around a birthday or an anniversary too. So now I have to get a fucking card and say some shit and then write some shit like I used to that I don't mean, which is causing some type of mental clutter for you, sir. Yeah, because the truth is, I feel like that happiness is a front. You were happy you're in jail. Did you just get out of jail or something? This is also somebody's sleeping in the sunroom or in some other part of this home or this property. Someone else is sleeping at a friend's house. Oh, this could be a bunch of men that are getting away from. See, we think because they're men that they can just up and leave, that they have they're the ones who should have most of the stability, that they're the man of the house, and some of these men get fucking stripped and they get betrayed too. Some of these women could feel that these guys were pulling away and they started taking money out of bank accounts. They lied about what bills cost. They're smart too. You have to give them credit for that. But it's a lesson because these men were only with these women for ulterior motive. Usually it was financial or to get ahead in life. And everything comes back around. So now I don't want them. I'm not attracted to it. I will jump off a cliff to get this type of, again, this is another awakening thing. And I feel like a lot of women can anticipate getting a lot of attention from men, uh, us feeling like we were bound from this or even kept from them. That's what it feels like. Like here, we're all tied up over here and shit. Here's all the women working on ourselves, and where the fuck are all the men doing it? That's happening now. In order for them to work on themselves, though, they had to work on themselves. It's important for them because they are a very they're supposed to be highly sexual creatures. And so are we when we're together with the right person. The personal trainer could be their ex, or could be, or you're the personal trainer and you're the one that they want to, I want to run to you on the treadmill. This guy has a group of friends. These are good friends in another part of the country. Okay, so somebody could be coming back to a country where they have a group of friends. Um, and I think that they're not all happy for you, because I think that some of them, you could just be that person where people were jealous of you a lot in your life. I'm not sure how many of them are really excited. Some of them were hoping that you would have stayed in the Freemasonry or wound up being inducted into that. They were kind of hoping that you would have taken a more gay route. Why? Why is this? I feel this heavy, like, God damn, man, I wish they would have just stayed there, or they would have just stayed involved with this. The alpaca, right, because they travel. And these are those people I told you that are always looking and being in your business. This is that wolf pack, right? And with caverns, I just feel like they don't really do much. I think that you're going to find this out if you were talking to people from back home and they were saying, yeah, it's great here. I think that they know that you're going to come back and see that they're not they're not living the lives that they said, because I feel like your situation kind of changed like that, where they weren't expecting for you to come back anytime soon, if at all. And the irony on why, and it could be that these friends of yours, most of them are married. They don't want to be. You can tell that they're disappointed in their decision to get married. You can tell this, yeah. And I think that he could have even said, at least to himself, but maybe to someone else, I don't feel like they're happy I'm coming home. This could even be some family members that you have in this other country too. It's like, this family, these people, they, it's like they joined a ring while you were gone. Did you know that? And it's not an intentional bashing thing, but it became that they started seeing each other in the community, and they started spending time at each other's houses. Some of the people that you think are against each other are actually closer than you are now with them. You have to expect this though, right? I feel like you would have felt it the second that you came home. This is the hobo type of, I'm used to this. I go from one place to another place to another place. This person's been in more places than home. I haven't been home consistently for more than a few months in a while. Okay. Somebody's going to surprise the love of their life. Yep. And some of these people found out that somebody may be proposing or coming to see somebody in particular. Do you know what's that movie? What's the movie with what is it? Uma Thurman? Hi. Where she comes back and and Matt Damon's in it and shit like that. What the hell was that called? Beautiful Girls? What a great movie. It's like that. There's a girl in the hood that all the guys like, and somebody's coming home, and I think they're lying about why they're coming home. Didn't that guy, it wasn't really, he had a girl or something like that, right? Was this Timothy Hutton? Hi. I love that movie. What a great fucking movie. It, yep, it's that. Of course, there are some women who are pissed off about this. This could be somebody that thought, oh, they're coming home. Maybe I'll get to see them again. And then they found out that they're coming home. Like, are you fucking crazy? You know that they're coming home for so and so, right? Yep. Mm. This could be somebody that they dated and somebody had like lost a child or had an abortion. It feels like that. Like there's some kind of history, but it's not the kind of history that you want to draw 'em back up again. This could be somebody that they used to be married to, or this is the person that they're leaving. There's somebody here that either lied and said that they miscarried, or they lied and said that they went to get some type of procedure done. And I don't know. I have a feeling they took the money. This isn't going to be for everybody, but they took the money. You may even find out or I just don't even care. Okay, I don't even care. Got it. Okay. There is somebody here who went off birth control and they were planning on sleeping with you and getting pregnant real quick. Jermaine and Gladys. And there's Elisa. You don't stand a fucking chance. Not even a little bit. Yep. And there's even a cop. There's some cop friends of yours. Basically, don't expect a welcoming. I think when you would come home before, there's this tower thing is like, what is it? A harsh, painful truth or acknowledgement. So which would be like, oh God, I see this shit. That when you would go back before, I don't think that you noticed how phony it really was that you were home. I think that the guys were jealous of you. They were always hoping that you would come back looking less good looking or less healthy. And because wherever you go, I do feel like you fall into some kind of bullshit, whether it's your fault or not, and you always get yourself out of it. And that's what these people can't stand. Hmm. Wow. There's a self-performed abortionist here too. A freelance abortionist. This would be a Jen. Nope. And I'm not giving last names, but somebody's also what is this? There are I hope there's no men doing this. This feels like this could be aunts and people women in your family. Um they want you to be busy with them, so they're going to fake illnesses. This is a mom who's talking to Dr. Wagner to try to get I can't fucking stand you. I can't stand you and I thought that you were dead. I was hoping that you were dead, but I guess you're still here. Yeah, we had an interesting past. He doesn't remember it, but you remember a lot of shit about when he was Pat Tiffany. Anyway, they're trying to get a false diagnosis so that you have to spend time taking care of this fucking witch. I hate your mother, Pat. I hate your mother. I hate your mom. And I should have just handled shit years ago. I really thought it would have been done by now, but I think her existing is enough suffering for her. Glenda, I can't stand her. You're actually Patrick Tiffany. They know this whole thing is just the most overwhelming case of I'm addicted to acting this out, and now this has become the truth for them. I mean, how do you ask these questions, right? Well, it's not your birth mom. I mean, this goes back to shit that I talked about before about kidnappings and stealing babies and separating families and stuff like that. And it just, and I say this shit for a reason. I feel like you can tell something is up. Yeah, yep. What I will not have, look, they're all working together, even with your 5 cop friends that you think are on your side, to stop you from seeing this person. This could be they're going to plant shit in your car. This could be, oh man, what are you guys attempting to do? They're going to try and set you up to have sex, to put something in your drink to lower your inhibition so you have sex with no condom and you can get, Officer Frank, look, it's okay if you're a fairy. We get it. Okay. Like, I don't need to know what you and your partner do during your shift, but there's something done. But I don't know how you feel about this. I don't feel like he feels the same. You can't force somebody to be gay. This isn't a time, we're done with that. We're finished with that. We're finished with gay men who could possibly be women, who knows, this, but gay men will say, whether you are out gay or not, try taking away straight men from us straight women. No. And in fact, if you don't give up or you don't change whatever this plan is that you have, you may wind up in a casket. I don't know who you are. I just know there's an Officer Frank, and I didn't say your last name, but you may wind up in a casket because of bad luck coming back because of your intentions when it comes to this man landing. Who's picking you up? Iris. That's the and that's even on the fence. What's up with you guys? What's going on? I want people who do this because this is the strangest thing where some of these people they're connected to other things and they know that they're acting and it's to keep something and they'll bring new people. Oh, I just met this friend. No, they're involved too. And then there are just legit family members who can't stand that you're happy and they were hoping that you were going to come back broken because their lives aren't what you thought and they have to keep up this act of we have our shit together. Why don't you? And then they wind up acting crazy. Do you ever have those family members where I didn't realize that it was this big of a deal that I'm not broken and diminished to you? I didn't realize that it triggered you like this. But then when I am broken, you don't want to help me. And then I help myself, and you don't like that either. Maybe these aren't your family members, man. Family doesn't get along like this. I've experienced family with none of the same blood, and it could be the same for a lot of us now, where there's no fucking way that these are my family. There's no way that this is something where we're supposed to be tight knit. If that's the case, either you have handlers or you are a victim of some type of nefarious act when it came to removing you from your actual family. The women in your family, not all of them would be for the men, would be hidden handlers to keep you away from a woman, but their jealousy could act as that. Their insecurity, they'll do it's the same. They have the same response. Here's the script. Make sure this doesn't happen. They don't need a script. That's the difference. I'm that jealous and insecure that I'm going to make sure that it don't happen in my own special way. So when you come home, I'm going to be honest. I don't know if you can trust anybody, even with a phone call. You choose to go with how you feel. You know how I get down over here. I hope this helped.